Testing 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? All right, it's very clear. Thank you very much. So, blessed Sunday. I have not been here for a long time. Good to see you all. And hello to my wife at home, my beautiful wife. All right, so today I'm going to give you a very brief uh, introduction of this vaccine, why we should take it. Next. So as we know, COVID has caused us a lot of trouble, not from only health, but also from the economy as well. So why should we take this vaccine? But before we ask the question why, we need to know what is this vaccine. Vaccine is not a new thing anymore, actually, not just COVID vaccine, because if let's say those are serving in the restaurant, they need to take their typhoid vaccine. Those who want to work in the healthcare line, they have to take their hepatitis B, hepatitis C. Those who unfortunately step on a rusty nail, they have to take their tetanus vaccine. So vaccine is not a new thing. But why people need vaccine? Because the vaccine is a way, a method that doesn't make you sick, doesn't make you tested positive COVID later on when you receive it, but it's a safe and simple method, effective way to make you attain the immune power against this COVID. All right? That being said, so it's not say like after you receive your vaccine, you no need to wear your mask, no need to maintain social distancing. No, you can still be affected. You can still be contagious. But at least you have the immune against this COVID. The severity of the disease will be cut down a lot. That's why from tomorrow onwards, 19th of April, this phase 2 is going to kickstart, and mainly is aimed towards those people who are more than 60 years old, those who are having risks, for example, like diabetes, hypertension, hyperdyslipidemia, or maybe patients with asthma, those people who are high risk. We are targeting those, okay? So, when you receive your vaccine, how does it work in your body? Just like how we contracted common cold, it's normal influenza virus. First, our body's immune system, the main thing which is the white cell, will encounter this virus, and when it encounters, it has to recognize it first. For example, like the spike protein that's on the virus. And from there, it will try to counter it, try to engulf it, try to eat away the microorganism. And also in the same time, our body will produce the antibodies, which are the T memory cells and the B memory cells, which later on, if let's say you face back the same thing, you will know how to counter it. So there's the vaccine will help the body without falling sick. I repeat again, without falling sick, will remember the disease and know how to fight it. But let's say I alone, I already received my 2 doses. I alone vaccinated. Is it enough? Of course not enough. Let's say so many people in front of me cough. I still fall sick, even though I am vaccinated. But at least my chance of survival is higher. That's what we are aiming for. We don't want anymore to lose their life, especially kasihan those loved ones seeing loved one goes away. We don't want that anymore. We want to cut down the morbidity and mortality. So in this diagram, you can see from the leftmost is healthcare worker giving the patients their vaccine. And in the middle, there's a calendar's diagram showing you that when you receive your vaccine, it's not immediately, day 0. Wow, Superman liao. Nah? But you need to allow time for it. How long? Maybe from 1 week to 2 weeks after your first dose. That's why after 21 days, that's where you receive your second dose. And when after you have received your second dose, then you will become the rightmost picture. You have your immune system strengthened. Okay, next. So, last year, we are in the current topmost picture, in the topmost scenario. Now, we haven't attained our herd immunity first. because our target herd immunity is around 70% to 80% of Malaysia population getting vaccinated. So the blue color people are those who are healthy but not yet immunized. And when there's even 2 cases in between them, let's say last time it started with tourists from China, because no one is immunized yet and this disease is new, so the disease, the contagious disease can spread very fast. That's why in the end, all the cases went out and a lot of us are affected. So ended up, most people become red colored, not immunized, sick and contagious. Currently in 2021, phase 1 is coming to its end. Tomorrow is phase 2 starting onwards, but we haven't fully attained herd immunity yet. So currently we are in the second situation where most people are still blue color, not immunized, still healthy. We still have a few not following SOP, run here and there, affecting others, or maybe it's school place or workplace, and only a few are only immunized. So far, until Friday, you only have around 1 million vaccine has been administered. So currently, you can still see for the past few days, cases still going up to the 2K knot. So you can see if the herd immunity is still not attained, we might still end up with most people red color, not immunized, sick and contagious. Hopefully, by the end of the year and early 2022, most people are vaccinated and will stay healthy, and the transmission rate and the severity of the disease will be reduced. So that's our target, herd immunity, aka population immunity. Next. So phase 2, we are coming to its end tomorrow. Phase 2, we target from April to August, we are targeting 9.4 million people. Mainly the senior citizens who are aged more than 60 and above, high-risk group with chronic diseases, for example, like heart disease, obesity, diabetes, high blood pressure, and people with disabilities. And by May, those who are 18 and above, no problem one, can join also. So we target by the end of February 2022, around 13.7 million will get their 2 doses. All right, so far we have received Pfizer, we have received Sinovac, AstraZeneca is not yet confirmed. KIV, we will have more from Pfizer vaccine. So far that's best in the market, where the efficacy is 95%. Sinovac is not far behind, it's 92.5%. So 2 key reasons that we need to get vaccinated is because we want to protect ourselves, lindung diri, and to protect others, lindung your friends, your families, all those, lindung semua. Because not everyone can be vaccinated. I'll come to that part, who cannot be vaccinated. This includes very young babies, 18 years and below. Those are seriously ill, for example, like with terminal cancers, or have certain severe or life-threatening allergies. So these people who cannot receive their vaccine need to depend on others being vaccinated to ensure they are also in a safe environment, safe from this vaccine-preventable disease. So nearly everyone can receive their vaccine except those, like just now I said, who are terminally ill. For example, patients with cancer, still ongoing radiotherapy, still ongoing chemotherapy, where their immune system is still weak, so not recommended. But like our Prime Minister Muhyiddin, he has previously pancreas cancer, but currently treated, stable, and also received both of his vaccine. Next is, if let's say you have received other kinds of vaccine, or even you have received your first dose of vaccine, but developed severe or life-threatening allergies, so then you also will come into the group where you cannot receive your second dose. Okay, unless you have that kind, you cannot. But those who tell me, oh, I got seafood allergy, I got medication allergy, yes, you can receive your COVID vaccine. Don't worry. I will come to that part. Others is, if let's say on the day you are about to receive your vaccine, then tiba-tiba, alamak, got fever, got cough, got flu, what to do? Then we have no choice but to postpone for another 2 weeks at least, okay, until you recover. But don't worry. So it's very rare for people to get very bad allergies. If not, I wouldn't be standing here. I received mine, okay? Thanks. So this vaccine will be given intramuscularly, preferably on the deltoid muscle, and the first dose and second dose will be spaced at least 21 days apart. So some people will ask me, if let's say I couldn't make it on the 21 day, how for the second dose? The answer is, we will try to reschedule you as soon as possible, within 28 days. But if that also cannot, we probably will try our best to reschedule even closer date, but the max you can extend is only 43 days, not more than that. If you stretch more than that, your first dose will be ineffective. Okay, is there any side effect? Okay, based on my personal experience, after first shot, superpower, no problem. Only a bit sting on the injection site, which will disappear in 2 to 3 days. But after the second dose, okay, because the body has already recognized the first dose, it's normal that after your second shot, you'll feel a bit feverish, a bit chills, a bit of numbness. That's what I experienced after my second shot, because the immune system that's being triggered after the first shot is a bit stronger to attain the max immune power, okay? So far so good, huh? All right. But if let's say there is any side effects you experience during your first shot, don't worry, we will observe you in the vaccination center from 15 minutes to 30 minutes. Once you feel anything wrong, come to us immediately or we will attend to you immediately. So not say like you come to vaccination center, get your vaccine, ciao, no. We will observe you. Anything, tell us. We memang got emergency trolley at the side, emergency resuscitation corner for anything that might happen. So far, I've worked for 3 times in the vaccination center. I haven't encountered any life-threatening situation. So far, so good. Thank God. All right. Only a few who didn't eat their breakfast or eat their lunch come for vaccination and tell me, "Alamak, hungry, feeling burning a bit." So those how to prepare for your vaccine, please lah, eat before you come. Don't go on empty stomach. And then those who have diabetes, those who have hypertension, any illness, make sure you take your medication before you come to the vaccination to receive your vaccine. If not, your BP not stable, you hungry, little hypo, we also confused. This is vaccine cause one, or your disease itself that caused it. So go normal. Don't puasa and go. Nah, don't puasa and go. Help us, doctor, to do easy work a bit so that we know, okay, this is maybe the body trying to do work after receiving the vaccine. A bit of nausea, that's okay. Blood pressure, okay, normal. And then don't be too anxious. There's nothing major about this vaccine. Some people, they encounter vaccine anxiety. Their heart rate goes super fast after they receive that vaccine. Scaring like, oh, I kena tumbang or what, this one. But actually, it's just pure anxiety. So we have to calm the fella down, make sure the heart rate also stable, chit-chat a bit. Then after that, okay. All right? Don't get too anxious so that you don't get vaccine anxiety. No? All right. So now, come to the most important part. I believe everyone here has already registered, but I just here to remind again, there's 5 methods to register for this vaccine. The most easy one is via MySejahtera. But for those uncle, auntie who don't have smartphone, okay, we need help from volunteers to help to register either via the MySejahtera app through the dependent, for example, like the son or daughter help the papa, mama, kong papa to register as dependent. If not, outside outreach program will try to register these people via the vaccinecovid.gov.my website and also through the hotline. There's a short video teaching you how to register via the MySejahtera app. Please have a look. So that's the rough idea how you need to register if you're using the MySejahtera app. So from picture 1, if let's say you have registered and you are eligible for the vaccine, they will show you your first dose appointment, where you'll be receiving, where's the location, which date and what time. So if you are able to go, please click and confirm that you can attend. Second picture is, before you go, make sure you click yes or no so that they get the notification. And if you cannot, at least they give you a reschedule, because we don't want any wastage of the vaccine. For example, like Pfizer vaccine, once you open, you must finish within 6 hours and it must be given to 6 patients. Similarly, Sinovac, after you have opened the vial, you have to inject for 5 people. If let's say out of 5, 1 no come, waste 1 person dose. Because that one vial is not cheap and government is giving us free. So please, if you couldn't go, just diam and don't just pang pui ke. Don't do that. We want to avoid wastage. So if you cannot go, please click no and they will immediately notify you your next possible date. Okay, number 3, once you have arrived at the vaccination center, we will first check your temperature. If normal, scan the venues, MySejahtera QR code and go in. Once you go in, they will help you register. During the registration process, you have to scan a second time, which is the MySejahtera QR code for the vaccination center. Once all that has been done, there's the following counter, which is the consent counter. You need to sign consent, stating, yes, I want to receive this vaccine. And at that consent counter, we'll double check whether you have any health issues. So there and then we'll determine how long we need to observe you. If no risk, 15 minutes. If moderate and more severe risk, we'll at least observe you for 30 minutes. Okay? After consent taken, then it's your time to get injected. After the injection completed, which is, you see, number 4 diagram, click here to scan the vaccine QR code. This is the third scan you need to perform. All right? So once you have done that, when you are in the observation corner, click the last link, which is click here to report any symptom after vaccination. Click in. If no, just answer no. If yes, at least tell them what you are feeling. Maybe nausea, maybe a bit of dizziness, which is usually resolved on its own. Okay, next. All right, so this is mine. Now I can flash. I can flex this. All right, it's right in my MySejahtera. So after you have completed both doses, you will receive this digital certificate. So there's many proposals saying that digital certificate, those that have already received both vaccine can travel. But for me now, stay safe. If nothing, don't simply go out. So because we haven't attained herd immunity, and still many people out there are infected. And in fact, our Dr. Noor Hisham, Dr. Noor Hisham has reported that there are some healthcare workers that already received their 2-dose vaccine, still infected, but at least no severe symptom. Okay? All right, next. So if those that doesn't have MySejahtera, you can visit the vaccinecovid.gov.my to register, or if not, call the hotline, number 1800 hot 28. All right. So after you receive your vaccine, you've been observed, no issues, we'll discharge you. And then you have to come again for the second dose, and it will be the same procedure. You have to scan 3 times. Next. So far, this is the statistic I got from 15 April. 1.1 million doses have been administered, and 8.8 million people have registered. But so far, we are still far from our target. So until then, please make sure you follow the SOPs. And last, there's a sharing I want to share with you. So regarding vaccine, there are some myths, there are some disbelief. So I would like to quote this thing that vaccine is almost same as your seatbelt or even your airbag in our cars. Does it afford good protection? Yes, just like vaccine. Does it protect you 100%? No. just like vaccine. Does it prevent you from getting an accident? No, just like vaccine. So if we all get into an accident, does it reduce severity? Yes. If you wear your seatbelt, if you receive your vaccine, it helps to reduce the severity. Does it mean you can be reckless and fast? Just like vaccine. It doesn't mean that after you have received, you can no need wear mask. Does a seatbelt mean you won't injure others on the road? No, just like vaccine, you can still infect others, just like our Tan Sri has already said yesterday. When I wear a seatbelt, do I think the company making money? No, you're going to receive this vaccine free. Am I happy that someone invented the seatbelt? Oh yes, just like vaccine. We much needed it. So does seatbelt itself cause problem? Yes, seatbelt injuries are problem. Just like vaccine, sometimes you can have some mild side effects. Certain people we don't wish, which are rare, will have severe symptoms. Should we still wear a seatbelt? Yes, just like vaccine. So in conclusion is, let's receive this vaccine. So stay strong, fight COVID-19 together. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity to speak.
Any questions from the floor you may ask Leon. We can have probably 5 minutes or so. Or online, you can post it in your group chat so that we can ask him. He may be able to answer us with regards to taking the vaccine. I think we have heard a lot on vaccine, but and